Hey guys, it's Jeff, and today we're going to go over the Sport PopWing by Tech One Hobbies, also offered by TeamLegit.com, of course. Comes with a lot of quality components, which is really nice. This is one of those wings that you can just use and abuse, and should be a great wing for me to start with. This will be part one, which includes the overview, lamination, and part two will be all on assembly and installing your radio components. Okay, first of all, what really impressed me was that it came straight out of the box with a T-motor, and it's just for profession. Anyway, this is a T-motor, and it is a 2208 1370 kV motor, so this should be quite powerful for this PopWing. Comes ready to fly with 2 servos. Comes with this nice motor mount that's going to go right into the frame, right into these slats here. This is a hatch for the bottom of the wing to keep your battery and your receiver safe. However, I know most of the guys that fly this don't actually use this because it would be prone to breakage, and it's quite flimsy. So it comes with a T-motor 20 amp ESC that has a 5-volt BEC built in. This is made for 2 to 3 S LiPo. Spars for the center of the frame here, and also these are your control horns. Winglets are right here. These actually, these are the vertical winglets here. These go in like this. They go right into these slats, so we'll be gluing these in the future. These are your nose skids that go here and here on the bottom of the frame, and these help to keep your electronics safe. And of course, these are your winglets for the very end of the wings. Now I'm kind of on a lamination kick, so I'm actually going to laminate this wing and make it even stronger than stock. Okay, so let's take a look at the bottom of these wings. This should go together fairly easily, and the other thing I might be doing to this is I might be painting this as well. Now my preferred method for gluing is with foam tack. Foam tack is one of my favorite glues for gluing EPP or any type of foam together, and it's one of the best products out there. You should probably check that out on YouTube. Alright guys, that's the quick overview, and I'm going to get building on this. Okay guys, I keep my laminating iron at about half temperature with this one. This is going to go pretty quick here. Basically, you're going to get a piece of laminate about the same size as your wing, cut it off. One of the most important things is to keep the laminate tight over the wing. You don't want to be stretching it, but you want to keep it tight because it does shrink just a tiny bit as you come over, and you do not want the laminate to be pulled so tight that it actually deforms the wing. So you're going to kind of tack the laminate in place as you go over, but like I said, you can keep it tight but don't stretch it. The other key bit here is to always keep the iron moving. Never move it, never allow it to sit in one place for any length of time, because you can burn through the laminate and you can burn and melt your wing. So keep it moving. I always try to go in little circles, or I call them the E's. It's almost like when you're welding, you keep the flame moving, or brazing I should say. Keep that iron off the table as well. Don't set it down. I think I burned my tablecloth there at least once. But you will be able to see the lighter colored areas where it's not adhered to the wing, and you can just go back and you can see there right in the middle of the screen the little white bubble marks, and those come out as soon as you press down hard enough and get the iron into those spots. So here I am just taking off all the excess, which is a pretty easy process to do if you've got a nice sharp knife. This is the knife that I use that's made by Stanley. It's one of the ones where you can just break off the blade to the next sharpest spot, which is a really awesome way of going. So here I am just kind of finishing up, and that didn't take too long. Well, okay guys, I have my first half of my Tech One Sport Wing nice and laminated. It gives it a lot more strength. You can see it's a little less spongy than it was, and you really can't even flex these wings. So I do have to cut out these little spots here for my winglets. I left the end of the wing open. I didn't laminate it because I'm going to be gluing on my winglet there. I don't think I'm going to be laminating the winglets at this time. Also left this surface here open so that I can glue the two halves of the wings together. So I'm going to grab my other wing and we'll get started. Alright, here we are on the second wing, and the reasons I actually laminate these wings, there's a couple. Number one is just for aerodynamics. EPP is very coarse and it tends to catch a lot of air, and I think this is really going to help the aerodynamics. Secondly, of course, it's going to add a ton of strength. You can hardly flex these wings after they are laminated, and it makes them incredibly strong. The third reason is for crash resistance, of course. If it's going to be stiffer and stronger, it's going to always help out on a crash. Of course, EPP is literally indestructible as it is. So, every little bit helps. So, I think it also helps the craft look a little bit better after so many crashes and whatnot. So, that's basically it. Here I am just detailing the wing a little bit, just pulling off all the little plastic pieces that you don't need. Alright, this part of the video, guys, I used a stencil to make these circles. Basically, I used a square sheet of stencil, drew out a circle, and then put an X through the middle and cut out the two squares. Now I took the two squares that I took out from the tip of the wing there, the middle section. I actually moved those squares to the end and left them on the wingtip and did a little frosty fade there. It's pretty sweet. Anyway, you can see I'm just taking a yardstick here and drawing in some lines, adding a little bit of design. I figured this might be a kind of a fun thing for you guys to watch. I tend to be a semi-artistic person, so I was going to make this just a half and half design where it was really cool and artsy on one side and the other side was just going to be stock. But once I saw that the orange and the circles that came out so good on the left wing, I decided to go ahead and do it on the right wing, just add some design. I actually did that design on top of the laminate, so what's going to happen is that I'm probably going to put just one small sheet of laminate on the top of the paint job that I put on there. Well, alright guys, that is the end of this video. Stay tuned for part 2, where I'm going to be installing the motor, electronics, gluing everything together, of course. It'll be a simple video, but hopefully we'll get it up vlogged soon. Thanks.